Hello and welcome back to Picayune Dreams. I'm Areima, and I wanted to cover this game one more time. I'm not going to make a whole series about it, but I wanted to cover this game one more time because after playing the initial game of it, I have played it for like 6 hours in my free time, and this game, I kind of like the horde survival games, but there's also this part of me that like I play like 30 hours of one and then I just don't touch one for a few months, and that's kind of how I go. Like I don't really play them as like a primary game, but this one has been hard enough that I have been really enjoying it. One of the first things I want to point out is that in the loadout here in the talent tree, there is a lot of things in here that can give you straight power, but I have found that since you can take points out and put points back in, and I only have 16 skill points so far, you could do some actually very interesting things with this talent tree. You could make yourself just more powerful, right? And there's a lot of just straight power up here and straight power up here. But there's also a lot of interesting things. Like one of my favorite things is where is it? Right here. So whenever a boss appears, it automatically magnetizes all the EXP towards you, which is not power, it's just convenience. Because normally while the boss is sitting there talking to me, I have to go around grabbing all the freaking EXP. This one is probably power, but it's also convenience in my mind, is that if a debris hits my EXP radius, it's instantly destroyed. I also have that kills give me EXP, which is also probably just power. Magnets trigger other pickups. Each mortality level, which is basically the timer in the top left, you get increased XP radius. I like bans and rerolls, and the rerolls and bans refresh whenever I kill a boss. Whenever I black hole, it increases my XP radius, and then this is kind of like a mechanical thing that I think is just a part of the game that gets unlocked. You get statues every single area, which is a choice. The statues are not a straight upgrade. They will always either curse you or give you a downgrade of some kind or cost some sort of resource. And then this one is bosses will do an injectable drill that gives a powerful buff and a nerf at the same time. And then the last one I have right now is that enemies surrounding my black hole would be dragged into its depths because it's cool and fun. Also, boss will drop 3 health files. The reason why I say that none of these are necessarily powerful upgrades is because I haven't beaten the game, not even once in 6 hours. So, I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. There's also an upgrade that starts you with an upgrade at the beginning of the game, and I had it for a little while, and I'll probably grab it next whenever I get more upgrades. But yeah, this game has some things going for it that other horde survival games don't have going for it. One is that's the fact that you can choose your difficulty, right? I could go for a 2-star starting area, and then if I wanted to, because I went for a 2-star starting area in the first area, I could easily go up to 3 and then up to 4, and I could basically jump ahead on difficulties if I'm doing very, very well. But there is ooh, this is one of the new items that I haven't actually gotten yet. I wanted to try it out. That's pretty cool. So apparently it damages enemies as it passes over them. Yeah, it does 21 damage a hit. That's actually not too bad. One of the other things I wanted to mention that was pointed out to me by a community member, and I tested it out and confirmed his suspicions, is that one of the interesting strategies of the game is to actually have less items. Because unlike every other survivor unless like you put on a particular arcana whenever you're playing Vampire Survivors, ooh, this is another one that I wanted to try out. This basically calls down like nuclear strikes or something in random areas. Oh, it's literally random. It doesn't even target the enemies. Okay. It doesn't even try to target the enemies. Not sure how I feel about that anymore. So this is one of the statues. This is one I don't care about. Statue solution will curse me, and it will give me 5 healing things. That's not that valuable, at least not to me, not right now. But back to what I was saying. So the reason you want less items is because the items can scale infinitely. We're not going to take the laser. In fact, we are going to ban the laser and ban the bow, and I'm going to take the satellite. Satellite is basically lightning ring from Vampire Survivors, if you're familiar. It lightning strikes one nearby enemy. Each stack of it increases how many enemies it hits and how much damage it does, but it cannot hit the same enemy with the same lightning strike twice. That's important for bosses. But it is free damage on a boss, and one of my favorite strategies is to get the lightning strike plus a status effect to basically just have permanent damage on the boss. This is the ice cone. I haven't actually grabbed it. You know what? Let's do an AoE build. I'm going to grab the chain belt, which is basically garlic, and then we will grab a lot of weapon size to make all of these things very, very big. And then from now on, I'm probably just going to try and focus on those being my weapons. I might grab some of my some passive items as well, and I might fill out the rest of my slots of passive items. But with them scaling infinitely, and some things scale infinitely sort of twice, and by that I mean it will scale in number of projectiles, number of hits, targets, and also damage. You actually want to focus on leveling one item faster than leveling multiple items, because you will actually get damage faster that way, and you need it in this game. Like I said, I've not beaten the game. The person in my community that was telling me about some of this stuff has beaten the game, so I will trust his opinions a little bit on this as well. But I'm kind of one of those people where if someone tells me their opinion on how to beat a game, I will take it into account. I will keep the advice in mind, but I want to find out myself if they're right, and I want to test it. I'm not just going to fully trust anyone's opinion. That's just true for me no matter what. So don't take it personally if you're someone who's given me advice and then I bring your advice into question during the video. That's why I don't call people out by name. If you know who you are, and if it's good advice, then and I end up thinking it's really we're going to just keep leveling up the satellite that hits more targets, then I might call it out and be like, hey, you know, so and so gave me really, really good advice. But until we've proven or disproven your advice, I don't want to be that person that's like, oh well, so and so gave me advice and it ended up being shit, right? I just want to avoid that situation. But yeah, I've been really loving this game. I haven't watched very much of the storyline, but as I mentioned in a recent other video, yeah, we'll take more strike calls just because we've already taken it. It looks like it strikes more locations as it gets higher. It could probably eventually get good at clearing hordes, but it misses a lot. So it's hard. Ooh, it has a lingering hitbox though, so maybe I can just lead targets into the strikes. I will say it'll be better whenever we get farther into the game, because when we get farther into the game, there's very little chance that it'll be able to miss. The whole screen's gonna be covered in enemies. Take more strike call out of those options. I don't really want a new weapon. But yeah, I've been honestly fascinated with this game. It's kind of been a passive downtime for me, and I figured I'd show off at least one more run, and depending on how well this run does on the channel, and if people are interested, I'd be honestly happy to show off more runs, because it's a pretty interesting game. It does things just differently enough than other Horde survivals, even some of the new Horde survivals that came out, that it has fascinated me. On top of the fact that I don't get very many sci-fi games. I need more sci-fi games in my life, guys. I want more sci-fi games. If you guys find sci-fi games that I haven't played on the channel, it's very easy to search Areima and then a name of something, and if I haven't played it on the channel, let me know, because like there's not enough sci-fi games out there, and I really do like my sci-fi. I like fantasy too, but I just don't get enough of sci-fi because everyone defaults to fantasy. I've not gotten the horns. So what the horns do is that whenever someone gets close to you, you randomly attack them. But let's see, I have 12 max items. Yeah. I think I'm just going to get the satellite instead, because I want the satellite to do more damage. Getting the ring there was cooldown reduction, by the way. And that's pretty important for all of my call down items that I have here. I kind of randomly hit. I just realized that I've just done a build that has like very little reason to ever aim. I kind of like that. There's another thing that I want to show off in about a second here, is that you get a benefit for flawlessing bosses. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip her dialogue. I definitely want this. So this does more than it seems. So this gives you extra HP. It scales how much you heal, but also whenever you're at 100% HP, you can now actually overheal, which allows you to heal for the amount you would have, which slowly decays back down to your maximum HP. So here's the plan. We wait for her to do this, and then we absorb all of her particles. I turn on auto aim, and we just blast her in the face of all of her particles. And then we do it again. I actually turn on auto aim during bosses now because it's just too hard to keep track of. And she's almost already dead. And she's dead. Flawless. And I'm gonna turn auto aim back off. And because I flawless, I get a free level up. I'm gonna reroll this. Yeah, I want the chain belt or something else. The call downs is nice and all. Yeah, see, I'm 106, 117, and you'll see over time that that will slowly tick down. We also get a drill. Will be right here. This basically will give us 1 upgrade and 1 downgrade. So this gives us pickup radius. This gives us projectile speed. This gives us object control, but lowers global HP. Well, I don't really want less black holes. I don't really... You know what? I'll take less black holes over losing weapon size, because weapon size is actually very important to us. Even though pickup radius is very much not important to me. Okay, I don't like this statue, so we're not going to go that way. I think I'm going to take the Horde of Many over here, because I'm doing very well. That's what that multiple skulls means, is that there's going to be twice as many enemies. So you'll see in the bottom left here that there is murders, which is the number of kills I have, but then there's Horde. Horde actually tells me how many enemies are on screen at once. During this wave, you'll see this maybe reach upwards of 150. I actually really like the Hordes of Many, especially in the early game, just because it lets you kind of get ahead on levels, as long as you can survive them. If you didn't do very well in the boss, and you didn't do very well in the first area, the Horde of Many is a very bad idea. I will say that. I would like to get 1 status effect, preferably like cold, maybe. Oh, I actually already got offered cold, and I didn't take it, did I? That's... You know what? I'm actually liking the cooldown strikes now. I'm also liking the pickup radius. I need more of these little clock hands, though. And the music in this game just always goes hard, though. This is weapon size. This is going to be a must pick every time, because the weapon size makes basically all of our weapons better. Shrine of Protection, we'll immediately take that. The Shrine of Protection seems to give you different things depending on... Like, there seems to be multiple options, but I think this one right here, this little red bubble, is that I can basically take a free hit. I'm not 100% sure on it. If someone knows for sure, please let me know in the comments. I want to get near an object so I have a frame of reference of where I am. We're going to ban this, ban that, and we'll take the garlic. Ah, yep, it's 1 free hit. Oh, and then afterwards it activates this. So this is the next time I get hit, I'm going to like explode on enemies. We definitely need more weapon size, because you see, I guess I didn't explode. Maybe it's just 2 free hits then. I'm not sure then. There's fire status effects, but there's weapon size. Weapon size is a really big must for us. There's a satellite crate thingy. I want to see if I can get to it. It's not that one. There was another one. Come on. Where did it go? There it is. Pop. This is why I love the XP radius, because it just saves you time trying to pop those. And I think that's probably actually extra power, but it's more interesting than 1% damage or something like that. Ooh, we definitely want more slime spikes. Yeah. I'm liking just like the weapon radius of death I have here. I just ran into an enemy. That was just 100% my fault. This is almost beautiful. I still need a status effect. Well, I don't mean need. Oh. Chain reaction. That reminds me of the little doctor from, there's poison, but weapon size. Reminds me of the little doctor from Zone of the Enders. Because what it does is it makes an enemy explode, and if that explosion hits another enemy, that enemy explodes, which causes the chain reaction, which is how they described the little doctor in Zone of the Enders. The little doctor makes atoms explode, and each atom that it touches also explodes, which means that if you shoot a planet, for example, it blows up the whole planet. No spoilers there, but does get used eventually in that book. If you haven't seen or read Little Doctor, if you haven't seen or read The Zone of the Enders and you like sci-fi, it is a very good sci-fi book, and the movie that came out for it recently, like here in the last few years, is a fairly decent representation of the book. Although I would say reading the book before watching the movie would be good, because there is a very big twist in both. It's the same twist, and once you've seen it once, it does kind of remove a little bit of the value of watching it again. But it is kind of just cool to like read the book and then like see the characters on screen and have like a visual representation. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're going for weapon size literally whenever possible. Cooldown is going to be secondary. All of our weapon upgrades are going to be third. And then if we have no options, but there is if we have none of those options, but there is a SAS effect, I would very much like to pick up a SAS effect, just so that when our weapons are hitting things across the screen, they have a chance of just doing a little bit more damage. Also, the SAS effects really help with the bosses, because you can focus all your time on dodging and just let the SAS effects do damage. I personally like fire the most, because fire does damage over 3 seconds and does high damage over 3 seconds. Yeah, my stuff's getting pretty big here, actually. I think I need to prioritize getting more damage soon. Man, if I do really well this run, it's going to be really funny, because I've been trying really hard to get a good run and get a good grasp of the game before I cover it again. There's freeze, but there's one of my weapons. I think we'll take my weapon over freeze. I've been trying to get a good run off camera so I can get a better grasp of the game before I cover it again. And if I win on camera after playing it for 6 hours off camera and failing, that'll be very funny to me. It just kind of seems appropriate. Weapon size. Well, we did pretty well this area. A free magnet that is unfortunately useless because we were about to get a magnet anyways. We have a lot of weapon size. I think I'm actually going to take cooldown. Ooh, beautiful. More chain belt. The chain belt also does get a little bit bigger on its own whenever it upgrades, but it's not, it doesn't happen very fast. The weapon size definitely makes it much bigger, much faster. Speaking of, more weapon size. I'm like a big deadly clock. This is my favorite boss. The lightning strikes will be just striking him all the time, too. I want to get out of the way of that right there. Wait, what hit me? Ah, I didn't get it flawless, so I wasn't paying attention. I just love segmented bosses in video games where you can blow up all their segments. I don't know why, it's just a very fun thing for me. And we have another one of these. You will get one of these every single boss. Cooldown, but weapon size. We don't want to lose weapon size at any point. We don't want more control. Yeah, movement speed for the sake of pickup radius is fine. There's another horde of many. We're doing really well. I'm gonna be brave and take another horde of many. There is that right there is actually a special boss, a secret boss, but he's literally horrifying. I want to beat the game until I try the secret boss again. The secret boss is so incredibly ooh, man, those explosions are getting big. And they look bloody too. Okay, I've turned back around to saying that I like the strike. It's actually one of my favorite things in this game, to just have big explosions happening on screen at all times, like the lightning strikes and stuff like that. Like, I loved the idea of having, like, all lightning rings in Vampire Survivors, for example. There's just something about it. There's just something about, like, it's just fun. They also linger. Ooh. Yeah, we'll take more slime spikes. Can I stand still? Almost. I might need to, honestly, move out of this horde a little bit here. Pick up some stuff. Yeah, more strike calls. Just kind of watching which side of the horde gets closest to me and getting away from them. I'm gonna take this opportunity to grab some cold, because reducing the amount of time it takes. Oop, that's a good one. Beautiful. We also blew this up, which gives us a free level. I didn't know I could blow that up. Given these options, we're going to take health. I do like taking extra health because some of the later bosses are very, very hard. The next boss is the last boss that I would say that I have down. The boss after that is whenever it starts getting hard for me, because I don't get to him or her every single time. So I don't have it, like, solved. yet. The third boss, I guess that's the fourth boss. The fourth boss what's that do? It knocks back nearby enemies. Well, I feel like that's worth doing, considering our loadout. Also, it looks cool. And there is kind of this Risk of Rain 2 kind of sentiment to this game of the fact that every item you get does appear on your character in some way. I think the chain belt up is the best possible upgrade there. I will say that the strike call might be... I should check my DPS. Okay. So which one's doing the most? Chain belt's doing the most damage right now. No, it's not. The strike call is doing the most damage. It's not listed by DPS rate, by the way. Also, the bands are over top of the DPS screen, which is very unfortunate. I did not silence my phone. Ban that. Ban that. Weapon size. I'm not covering the entire screen with my chaos, so our weapons aren't big enough yet. That's basically my sentiment there. Strike call does a ton of damage, so we're going to grab more of it. I don't think it's super useful against bosses, though, is the problem. By the way, if you see these little crates, that's actually EXP. Whenever the EXP gets too big, it gathers into those. Let's reroll. Yeah, I guess we take more strike call. I kind of wanted to level up a little bit more evenly, but it's not giving me a choice. I'm a giant flower of doom. It's not giving me a choice here. I think this might actually be the best I've ever done. I'm going to do cooldowns, because that'll make strike call and my other cooldown both better simultaneously. Oh, we also have a thing where whenever we... That's cool. We got that as a freeze frame. Excuse me while I take a screenshot. Whenever we kill a crate, it explodes and kills stuff nearby, which was a very nice upgrade. I kind of like have a build going with like auto pickups and quality of life. Like that's kind of like my build, is that I try and do a lot of quality of life stuff, and the only like damage or health upgrades I get are things that are just fun. Oh hey, we actually got a choice of a cone that doesn't bring guilt. The faster you kill, the more enemies do appear faster. So the better you're doing, you do actually level up and get more experience. So it is kind of a win more system, which I mean I'm very fine with this. I'm gonna have to check the sound later to see if that is truly obnoxiously loud whenever it happens, because it's kind of loud on my end. Next time we have a big horde, I want to show this off. But yeah, so we have over 100 on screen. Whenever I black hole, I actually suck everything into me to destroy it, which is even better with our current build because, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Just the black hole one-shots everything anyways, so our build doing damage doesn't really matter. But the black hole, that black hole absorption thing, one of the reasons I like it so much is if my build just isn't coming online, it does kind of buy me some time to try and get the build online. But it's never going to win the match for you because you have limited black holes. I'll take this healing. It'll overheal us. And now that we're at full HP, healing probably just doesn't... It seems like the things that drop are what you're out of. So like I've almost never seen healing drop from a crate whenever I have full HP. Which is kind of a clever system in my opinion. So like, hopefully I get some black hole charges sometime soon here. Weapon size? Yeah, this is officially the strongest I've ever been. Look how big that little ESP crate over there was. Very funny. Projectile speed doesn't do anything for us. We can probably ban it next time we kill a boss and get more bans. Because the bans and rerolls do actually respawn with boss. We have 12 times weapon size now, which means they can't even get to us now. We'll get this because, again, that's my boss killer. That will strike the boss basically no matter where they are, even off screen. I'm gonna reroll here. Cooldown. will make both of my cooldowns come down faster. Let's go for more cooldown. I want a lot of DPS. I want to just absolutely tenderize the next boss. This next boss is my least favorite. And whenever it happens, I'll show you why. There's a particular attack that they do all the time. Ooh, black hole charge. Hell yes. That I really hate. Okay. We will take HP. It's this first attack, by the way. So this, like, she charges at you, and these appear off screen at angles, and it's really hard to dodge. And it even gets... We're going to do this. Hell yeah. Just brutalize her. She just gave me so many. Okay. Now her easy attack. It's like her only easy attack. Wow. I think that's the first time I flawlessed her. We'll get a free level up. Take more satellite. Take even more HP. We're at 170% over HP. Only 0.25% curse, which is a weird amount of curse. Movement, black hole max, projectile speed. We'll take more movement. I hate to lose the pickup radius, but it is what it is. I don't know what to choose here. We're doing really well, so I think I'll take this top right one. Because that is, whenever they die, they drop little wisps. Which, if you're doing well, does also give... Oh my god, look how big our explosions are. And again, everything in this game's infinite. Everything is infinite. There is no max upgrades to anything that I have ever found. So, this game gets a little ridiculous. It allows you to be very ridiculous. And, like, because each of the items very, like, they function very different ways, it does mean that different runs do actually feel pretty different. Like in this run, I'm not aiming. Just not aiming. That's the first time I've gotten the chance to do that. I had another run where I had a bow that I had to hit one target very accurately, and it would murder the first target and then poison like 70 targets behind it. It's very fun. We're going to go ahead and trash the chainsaw because we're never taking it. We'll trash the yo-yo because we're never taking it. And we'll take the wings. I assume they're doing something. I don't know what that something is, but I assume they're doing something. Yeah, this is a pretty chaotic run. So there's a statue of experience here. This will curse me, but I'll get more experience gain. I think we're actually going to take it. Yeah. So I get increased experience gain by only about 5%. And I don't know if that was increase or decrease pickup modifier. It's kind of hard to read in time to see what happened. We'll take more clock hands. Simply because I want to see what I look like whenever I have like 30 of these. I don't know if there's an endless at the end of this game. If there is, it kind of seems appropriate. I know there's high scores, and I know that's the main dev actually holds some of the high scores, which is cool, because it's not every game where the dev is one of the best people at the game. I'm not like... They aren't the best, but they are definitely one of the better ones at the game, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this is utter chaos, and this is... I would say I'm at least 5 times stronger than my net strongest run right now. Let's reroll. I want some more damage. The cold debuff is... I don't know how useful it is. It seems like I'm one-shotting a lot of things. But if I don't one-shot something, I should theoretically slow it down. If I had gotten the C4, that would have been good. The C4 makes it so that whenever enemies die, they explode for damage. And there's a lot of enemies dying like on top of each other. Oh, hey, I got 2 black hole charges. Nice. If I get another black hole charge at this point, by the way, it will automatically have me do a black hole. So if you see me automatically do a black hole, it's because, or if you see me do a black hole at all at this point, it's because of that. I'm going to be saving my charges at this point for the bosses, because the bosses from this point on are all very scary. We're going to get more cooldown. Oh, free magnet. Hell yeah. I'll reroll. We'll go for ice. The ice has to be doing something, right? I guess I could check the DPS of the ice. The ice is here. It's doing like 25,000, and it's actually killed some stuff. So yeah, it's doing something. I have never leveled up this much. Jeez. Like I said, it's kind of like a win more thing, right? So like, if you're doing well, you do even better. Weapon size. I do worry that that my loadout here is going to get so ridiculous that it's going to reduce the optimization of the game. Weapon size. Our Death Lotus does touch most of the screen now. Not this next boss, but the one afterwards is going to be very heavily affected by this build, because the one afterwards teleports around the screen a lot, which makes like accurate single target builds very difficult to fight that boss. But this build that just kind of like damages everything, I think will excel at that boss. The next boss, though, the one immediately afterwards, I don't know how this is going to go, because they stand still, but they stand, like, standing near them is dangerous. We might just see about black holing them right away, twice, and see if we can just eliminate them outright. Hey, there's the C4. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. That is true beauty right there. I guess epilepsy warning on this now. Jeez, Did I get hit by something? I've been avoiding stages with projectiles on purpose, but I might have gotten hit by something. Let's go for more clock hands. I just want to be like, I want so many of these that they overlap. I just want to be a giant space lotus of doom. I want to be the monster. Become so terrifying that I am in fact the boss monster. More C4, which is being benefited by our weapon radius, by the way, as well, because it also gets stronger with bigger weapon size. If this gets ridiculous, there is an option to make it so that weapons are kind of see-through. Okay. This is the lady that I'm worried about. Original stripper dialogue. Sorry. Yeah. More of these. What's your first attack? I don't remember. This one. We are going to black hole this. Turn on auto aim. And then start dodging. Oh, she's cold. Don't like this attack. Yep. I knew this one was going to hit me. Yep. We're doing damage to her. Okay, we need to move away whenever it comes to this attack. She teleported. Shit. If you move too far away, she teleports and continues the attack, which is way worse. Gotta move close to her on this one. I didn't get there in time. Yeah. She's a monster. She is a monster. Not like I have a lot of room to talk. I have never beaten the next boss. So let's see how this goes. Black hole max, movement, crit chance. Crit chance for global HP is a very good call. We're doing insanely well. I'm going to go for the hardest one and the Horde of Many up here. I didn't recognize what that enemy was, though, the new enemy that's being added. So this might go badly. We'll leave. I don't know what those guys do. Oh, they explode. Okay, this might be the time that we have to do it. Where is it? Weapon visibility. We're gonna turn it down to 50% so that we can see projectiles coming at us. You can still see how glorious our Death Lotus of Doom is, but we will also be able to see the blue projectiles coming at us. See, there's a strategy to this. I've been intentionally avoiding the enemies that shoot at me so that this build is even stronger. Oh my god, look how just the destruction. It's so glorious. I might be able to stand still, but I'm a little afraid to because of these exploder guys that's exploding projectiles. So I'd rather keep a wide area cleaned out in the center here. We'll take more strike call. Yeah, it's up to 14. I wasn't joking on the whole can go infinite. Oh, I should banish some stuff. I'll banish projectile speed because that'll never be useful to me. And I'll take more satellites because that's good boss damage. I'm going to banish the poison. And we'll take more slime spikes. Even more slime spikes. Another statue of experience. Yeah, it seems like it's plus pickup radius and plus experience. So I guess it gives... Yeah, I'm at 2.25% curse. I will admit, I only can guess what curse does. The things that I've noticed that curse does is that randomly different types of enemies will spawn that are much stronger. They're like curse enemies, like this eyeball over there, for example, is a curse enemy. Outside of that, I don't know what else curse actually does. Next time we did level up, I'm gonna see how big our weapon radius is. So our attack size is up to 290%. We'll take more satellite. That's our boss killer. Because again, the satellite will always hit the boss every time it goes off, no matter what. C4, because it's funny. Yeah, this build is... I'm actually going to hold on. Turn down the hit flashes just a little bit as well, so that it's not as hard on my eyes here. I think that was my personal hit flash. Is there a way to turn down the enemy's hit flashing? I don't think so. More slime spiders. This is ridiculous. What level am I even? I don't know how to see what level I am. We'll take more chain belt. I think I'm level 109. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm level 109, 110 now. Last time I got to this stage, I think I was level 50. I have more than doubled my power. I'll probably be tripling it soon. This is one of the things that is really satisfying about these games, is doing badly like 5 times and then getting one of those roguelike god runs where you are the monster, you are the horrifying thing, and you almost, but not actually, take pity on what you have done to the game. And sure, this probably isn't fully optimized. I'm sure someone in the comments will tell me, oh, you could have done this or you could have done that. And yeah, I probably could have. I'm gonna get more HP so I don't get killed by running into bosses. Because even with this, I'm probably not gonna kill the boss that fast. Which means I have to do the boss's mechanics. I have to dodge and all that stuff. I think this pickup is useless. Yeah, doesn't really do anything for us. I don't want to push them away anymore. We'll take more max HP. Did I kill all of the horde, or is the signal coming? I think the signal's coming and I just didn't notice it. Yeah, because the horde's not replenishing. Oh, no. No, I actually just killed the whole horde. Okay. That's silly. Yeah, no, we still have like 2 minutes. Well, not 2 minutes. This isn't a minute counter. It counts up to 100, so it's not actually like 5 minutes. I don't know the math on it. I'd have to think about it, and I'm not going to be thinking about math right now. I'm sure someone in the comments will tell you what it actually is between each run. But it counts up to 5. So the next boss will be at 25. And we'll take more weapon size, because that gives me a chance to damage bosses with my abilities. We were almost at the goal. The Death Lotus is almost overlapping now. It also does a lot of damage now. I'm gonna reroll. Damn, I wanted more Death Lotus. More lightning is good though. More C4. More strike call. We are level 126. That is actually simply ridiculous. And we got 2 charges before the boss. We got about 50 seconds before the boss shows up, I think. Around there. It counts up faster than a second as well. It does count up consistently though, no matter what. So you do only have until this counter to get all of the power you want before a boss. So again, killing faster is just better. I know that sounds obvious, but like in a lot of games, the speed at which you kill doesn't... A lot of games like this, the speed at which you kill doesn't matter sometimes. And this one, it very, very definitely does matter. What was my experience bonus? Does it tell me? It doesn't. My cooldown is almost up to double, though. 195. Can you tell what's going on? I can't. That puts us at 200% cooldown. We will get a free magnet. Okay, well, never mind. I was going to say we'll get a free magnet whenever the boss shows up, but we just got a free magnet anyways. We have 2 weapon slots left. We'll take fire here, to be honest. Because it's another SAS effect, and it does a lot of damage. And I'm hoping to be able to set the boss on fire. She's 138. You're a failure, Syl. Give up. It looks like me, but in the future, maybe. Are they overlapping yet? Not quite. I don't know if this is the final boss. I've never beaten this boss. I fought it once. So if you see my lightning striking, that's because that's where the boss is. It's hard to see. Hold on. We'll do this real quick. So you can see the boss. Yeah, she's just like this creepy face that teleports around, which means whenever you're doing this with a hyper accurate weapon, like for example, my bow run, it's very, very hard to hit her. However, on this run, we actually almost have her down already. Holy crap. Damn. I said that this was going to be a pretty effective run against her. But I didn't know it was going to be this effective. Holy crap. You are my dead skin, Syl. You're living tissue puppeted via electricity. I left that distressing thing behind. I'm evolved. Making better use of it than you ever did. Did I beat the game? Oh, nope. Multiple phases. That made sense. She does heal between phases, though. So it counts as different bosses. I'm glad I didn't use both my charges on phase 1. See about maneuvering through this here. Oh my gosh. The bullet hellism is going to be getting strong, I imagine. That wasn't too bad. There's a lot of enemies spawning, which I need to keep in mind for future builds. We are just automatically doing damage to her, though. The damage over my HP there is her HP. We're going to bullet hell this, because I want to 170 overflow. You don't even know what you're fighting for. A miserable rock is filled with people who treat you like garbage. Someone else is always banking on you to do all the work for them. Just like how you send the others to deal with me. Oof. Thick burn. I think that's probably her real body, it seems like. See, every once in a while, she gets set on fire, and then she's iced the whole time, too. Ooh! Okay, okay. I recognize this pattern from another game. Boy brains upon her heart taught me how to dodge that. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Run away, maybe? Yeah, run away. That's the strategy there. Oh, she dropped a bomb. She dropped a black hole charge. I'm just trying to use it. Laura needs for chumps. I missed her. What? What? No, I don't want to die. I can't read that fast. I'm dyslexic. I literally can't read that fast. Spoiled piece of garbage you killed by a moron supposed to something. Threat terminated. I got an achievement. I think I beat the game. Well, I mean, obviously we just go until we die, right? This one seems to increase and decrease my HP at the same time. What? I think that heals me and reduces my max. I think it heals me and increases my max. So we have Earth. Oh, I think I get it. So this is probably the choice. This is the end because it's Earth, or I can keep going. Sorry, Earth. If I came back, you wouldn't be able to handle me. Return to infinity. I apparently beat the game without upgrading my core. Cool. I love the new music. It kept the final boss music. Yeah, it said a return to infinity, so I think the other one is to end a run, and this one is to go infinite. We are 47 minutes into the recording, so whenever I edit this, I will probably skip forward a lot on this at this point, but I am very curious how far this build can go. Plus, I'm actually really liking this song. It does seem like I just murder everything on contact. I am the monster. They don't understand. She wasn't the final boss. I'm the final boss. I literally look like one of those things from, like, you know those animes that's, I don't watch a lot of anime, but a lot of my friends get me to watch some. Oh, this is a cool statue, by the way. I've only gotten a chance to use it once, and I only have a good idea of what it does. You spend a black hole charge to remove a monster from spawning. I think. But I don't watch a lot of anime, but sometimes whenever I do watch anime, it's because, like, a friend has suggested it to me and is like, hey, this one's actually worth watching. You should watch this one. And I'm like, okay. But every once in a while, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. There's anime where it's like the end of the anime is like you now fight God, right? Or there's like some ridiculous thing that is, you know, beyond the understanding of mortal make. That is, we're going to banish that. Banish that. I just want my upgrades, please. Banish that. Beyond the mortal understanding is the final thing. So, like, you know, Neon Genesis of Evangelion had, like, you know, the angels that got crazier and crazier as stuff went on. I remind myself of one of those. I am a last 3 episodes of an anime that has gone off the deep end now. Things literally materialize upon seeing me. The upgrades in the game are pointless to me now. This little explosion upgrade, yeah, it doesn't even do anything. My Lotus is overlapping. I have knives within knives now. Oh, I have a peril meter up there. Appears to be going up over time. My mortality is above 25. I do believe, I'm not 100% sure on this, that as you go to stages and add to your horde, those enemies do stay in your horde permanently, so your stage choice does have a lot of importance to how hard your run is. And it's something to keep in mind. It doesn't comprise all of your enemies, I don't think, but it is an important decision. We're going to be going for the Death Lotus upgrade whenever possible. So weapon size has affected the explosion radius around whenever my ESP radius touches a meteor or crates, it explodes, and my weapon radius has actually affected that size, which is a really cool interaction. Also, I'm level 151 now. I actually do think I could stand still if I wanted to. We are at the point of standstill. So we don't have any ranged enemies, and we're going to avoid adding ranged enemies whenever possible as well. Let me grab this upgrade. Because we don't really need the upgrades anymore. I don't like standing still, though. We are become destroy. We are become death, destroyer of worlds. Let's grab more C4. Hey, we dodged charge. Is this thing still here? Did the statue leave? It did not leave. Let's wait a few seconds. No. I want to get rid of the guys that explode. Those guys. There we go. Let's see if they still show up. It appears like they do. No? Maybe that was just some leftovers? Yeah, I think I got rid of them. I got rid of them from my horde. That's really cool. That Blender's my favorite statue now. It lets you take out things that you don't want to fight. HP is pretty important. I imagine the bosses are going to be harder now. We're about to find out because we're about 30. This game is too important to have bosses in it, so I really, really hope there are still bosses and that it's not just infinite from this point on. If it is infinite from this point on, I might probably stop at like 30 or 35. Oh, incoming transmission. Thank goodness. Round and round and roundabout again. Jesus. Deja vu. Of course. Of course. You any stronger? Seem to have the same attacks. You don't stand a chance, lady. You literally don't stand a chance. I'm like a Mandela. I am ascended. An apotheosis has happened. You don't even understand what you're up against. You can't run. My reach is infinite. My influence global. Goodbye. She's going to go see that big carrot in the sky. Lawless. Let's see. Control mod, nope. Black hole. Does that just add one and give me one? It does. Okay. I'm not a programmer. It's sometimes hard for me to tell what those are actually trying to tell me that they do. I just made a mistake. I didn't see what enemy this was adding. This is adding a shooter. So we do actually have shooters now. Shouldn't be that bad, but we will be having to dodge now. We can no longer stand still. This is what I'm talking about, of making sure you choose your enemies. Because I did just make this harder for myself. Realistically speaking, we're killing them so fast that it shouldn't matter. Yeah. This shouldn't matter. We'll get rid of the horns here. Should only be getting upgrades. I think we've banished everything now. We should only be getting our own upgrades at this point. satellite whenever possible. My new priority list is we increase the Lotus of Doom, and then satellite, and then probably weapon size. There was periods where little carrot lady was able to be out of the range of our satellite. Statue of Protection? Sure. Or Curse. Was out of the range of not our satellite, but of our Lotus of Doom here. And then probably third would be HP. I'm going to avoid grabbing core upgrades anytime possible. You can't banish core upgrades, though, it seems like. Yeah. Lotus. Weapon size, I think I said was second. It is actually starting to cost a lot to level. Weapon size. We do have one free hit now. Maybe two. Fine. Things can basically almost not even get on screen. These guys that are shooting me are shooting me from off screen. And for the record, this was a horde one. Like, if you look in the horde number in the bottom left, we have over 360 enemies at any given point, and we're just annihilating them instantaneously. We're fine. My Nimbus almost touches every part of the screen. I will say, a lot of roguelikes have god runs. This god run feels way more actual godlike than most. Like, I feel like I could create a mythology on this character. She never even went back to Earth. She just went back into space. Just going back to Earth like this, it would be more damage. It would be more damaging to her people than just staying out in space. It does seem like this infinite run, though, is very unlikely to end. Like, my peril is up to 400%. And the enemies literally can't hurt me. So, I think we need to internally decide where the ending point here is of this run. Because I'm not sure where I'm supposed to end this. I mean, I could just stand in the center here and let things die, because it's not like I need the experience. We'll get it all later when the boss shows up. You do have to dance around a little bit because of the projectiles. I'm basically just going to sit here and think about what I'm going to name the thumbnail. I do think that I'm probably going to use the image that I captured a moment ago of me standing in the darkness with the Nimbus around me. Oop, I wasn't paying attention. My greatest weakness, slow-moving projectiles. Some more HP. Technically, I didn't get damaged. I'm still actually above my maximum HP by quite a bit, I think. I just cleared out about 75% of the horde. Getting a double one of those little explosion thingies. We got a new boss in about 50 seconds-ish. I have 32 levels of the spike. Ah! I need to pay attention. Magnet. I don't think I want any more weapon radius. I don't want it to be so far off the screen that I can't see my beautiful Lotus anymore. Goodbye. You pose no threat to me. I consume you like I consume all the others. Damn. I was hoping I could get him in one run. Flawless. Oops. I didn't mean to press start. Weapon size. Hell yeah. Okay, that'll be my last weapon size, though. 20%, though, is a lot. We'll get more HP. Just because big number go bigger. Let's see. Do we have a blender anywhere? We don't have a blender. I don't recognize that enemy. Let's go bottom left. That's a horde of many. I don't recognize that enemy either, so I don't know what it does. There's a chance some of these new enemies actually cause a threat for us. I do like that our two wheels move in opposite direction from each other as well. These new enemies look like they teleport. They don't teleport on top of me, though. They don't actually telefrag me. So that's good. Unfortunately for them, they appear to teleport into the blender. Oh, if I move fast enough, I might move into one by accident, though. I need to watch out about my movement speed. Because of my weapon size, whenever I blew up that crate on off screen there, it was an enormous explosion. I'll be back in a bit. Oh, we'll be back now. What does this do? Global max HP plus 15%, and we got some more curse. I think curse just benefits us at this point, right? Some of these SP canisters, make sure to move slow enough that we don't get hit by that guy. We'll take some more fire. That's boss damage. We're not insta-killing bosses, so we can... Did I walk into a projectile or did I walk into a telefragger? Hard to tell at this point. We're not insta-killing bosses, what I was going to say, so more damage against bosses is probably the best thing to take at this point. Which would be satellites, fire, cooldown reduction. I think that's it as far as boss damage. Oh yeah, cold damage. That technically does boss damage too. There's a charge. Oh, there's another charge. With 3 charges, we should probably be able to guarantee that we kill all the bosses. Crate exploded over here. No goodies from me. I promise you this is a hard game. I'm going to go ahead and say that we've probably beaten the game at this point. I'm up to 800% peril. I have my hands completely off the keyboard because we kill the shooters before they can actually shoot. We do have another boss incoming in a moment. But I'm not sure what the game could potentially throw at me at this point in order to kill me. I am going to pick up this exploder up here because we might be able to clear out a lot of the screen. Yeah. That killed the whole horde for a half second there. But yeah, I'm not sure what the game could possibly throw at me at this point in order to defeat this build. So I am going to call this game beaten. We also achieved our goal of having our Lotus be completely filled. In fact, I'm going to just for a moment turn my weapon visibility back up and show you how ridiculous this is. This probably just doesn't even show on YouTube. I'll cut down to 10%. We'll take more of that. More of that. Can we actually outrun him? Wow. We can outrun him. Even this man is no threat for us. Seems like the bosses don't get harder, they just get more HP. So, because the bosses don't get harder, I'm going to go ahead and say that I've probably defeated the game. I don't want to kill the secret boss on a god run. I'd rather kill him on a run that's a little bit more interesting. So, yeah. Well, that just gives me a black hole and gives me more max. That's just a double good one. Interesting. There's a blender down here. This has been Picayune Dreams. I've been Areima. I hope you guys are enjoying the game. I don't know if I'm going to post another thing on this game. It'll depend pretty heavily on how people react to this episode. And if people do want to see more, feel free to leave a comment in the comments below. You know, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. It helps me out, helps out the channel. And whenever it comes to small indie games like this, it definitely also helps out the indie game developers, because the more views that I get is often actually like a one-to-one of just giving them some more sales, right? It is essentially free publicity for the indie game developers, and I know that they have a small team. I know that they have at least 2 devs on Discord, so they might have more than that, but that's 2 people that they have on Discord. And yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys are having a good day. And if you guys do play, let me know how you became God. Have a good day. Goodbye.